You're listening to Frank Talks Pleasures and Lifestyles. I'm Frank because I have to be. We're in studio today with Badboy. He runs the website www.badboylifestyles.com. He is the #1 dating guru in Europe, and he is famous for teaching direct method of seduction. He is also one of the very few gurus who got a standing ovation at the last Cliff's List 2006 convention. Welcome to Frank Talks, Badboy.
Hello.
All right. In the last segment, you were talking about having a girlfriend in the different cities around the world. You are a world traveler. You are known as not only the #1 dating guru in Europe, but when it comes to direct method, you're one of the best. And you have women globally around the world. So let's talk about international game. My first question to you, Badboy. What is the difference between game in Europe versus game in North America?
So, from my experience, it's more or less the same, but with like little like details. I mean, Europe is a big and America is big as well, so it's like from country to country. So, for example, like in Europe, there's like so many different countries and so many different like cultures that influence, the mindset of this like sexual dating,
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't know, if you go like from Croatia to Russia to Sweden, you're gonna feel three different things, Some girls are gonna be more or less bitchy, more or less for one-night stands or like less for relationships, It's really like, but I think in general, to sum it up, I think like as European girls, they're kind of more used to to like more dominant guys. And if you go to America, I think guys they are becoming more and more feminine and more like a weak. So what I noticed, like this dominant direct approach works much better than Europe actually does.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
so, and you know what, I do have to agree with you in terms of North American men. They have been feminized. They've been made to feel guilty for being men. And they're in shock when they meet someone like yourself who comes in from Europe and is so dominant. And it's from outside of their normal comfort zone. So let's...
Yes, I mean Yes, continue.
No, I was just curious as to what would you advise these North American men who are so feminized that they just cannot turn on a woman?
Yeah, that's very interesting, It's like, and the more you go inside, like the more like weak and like this feminine, insecure guys you're gonna see. It's actually like, I think like this feminist like movements, I mean like, they kinda equalize too much like men and women,
Mm-hmm.
So it's, I mean, okay, by default of universe, man is supposed to be like kind of dominant in order to attract a woman because like she wants security, dominance, and power from a man, okay? So whole this idea of like being a weak and insecure around women, it's not gonna work. If you start a little bit of history, you're gonna see that in every stage, woman was attracted to guy with power, dominance. If you go to like million years back to caveman periods, or any period you go in a history, you're gonna see the totally same thing. So my advice for like American guys is like just like to be more dominant around them, to like stop asking for everything, for their permission, for doing, instead of you do what's best for you, not for her. It's like, think about your pleasure. As one of my girlfriends, she actually said, very good, she dated one of those weak, insecure guys, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I mean, take a look at him. He's not able to satisfy himself. I know, the story was very, she was in a bed. She came home with this guy, and she was lying down in bed, and the guy sat on a chair in her bedroom.
Oh, no.
He was afraid to sit on a bed, okay?
Oh, jeez.
And then she said, if he has not got to pleasure himself, how he's gonna satisfy me? If he's not able to satisfy himself by coming to the bed and, getting him, how he's gonna satisfy him? Me. So I think number one thing is like to stop thinking what society wants from you and what they expect from you, like to be like a female. But instead like to satisfy yourself, to go out and to get what you want, write down what you want and go out and get it. Because life is the way you set it up. It's not going to be how I set it up, what your president says or anyone else. The life is going to be the way you design it. Only you.
And you really think that people should write down what they want in their life before they go out and get it?
It's always they forget. It's always like he goes out and then he forgets what he wants. Okay. I mean, if you really want something, you're going to get it. If you really, really want, you're going to get it, no matter what. That's how you need to think.
In your experience traveling the world, do you think that North America is struggling for nothing? Because it sounds like in the rest of the world, women are used to being with dominant men, and as long as a man is dominant, he'll find himself women. But here in North America, men are afraid to be dominant because they're afraid to offend women. Because I'm thinking here that North America has screwed ourselves up. Militant feminism has come in. North America is screwed up because it sounds like it's the only place in the world where men are struggling to be with women. Now, in your perspective, knowing international game, is this true, or are there people struggling with women all over the world?
I think North America went far. I think like Japan actually is on the top of these brainwashed countries, okay? It's on top. It's been under pressure for years and years, and I think it's going to explode very soon. Then I think North America is there, and I think Europe is going to become this in probably 7 to 10 years. Because we've all been under pressure, under brainwashing by governments, things, of course, in order to sell more. Because what's happening now, as they did probably during 60s, 70s, big commercial on doing excellent customers from females, making them insecure about their beauties and stuff. So they start buying things to feel more happy, to feel more confident, because beauty costs confidence, we all know it. What's happening in the last 10 years, same thing on guys. That's why today we have this metrosexual guys, makeup and stuff. It's same thing. They're now trying to make beautiful customers from men. Of course, to make a customer, you need to make him unhappy, insecure. So what's going to happen? Eventually, guys are going to start buying more and more products to get girls. But actually, it leads nowhere. I mean, for them, for people who are selling things, it's beautiful because there's a huge gap between man and woman, and they're not happy. Make sense?
Absolutely.
So take a look. The worst customer actually on this planet is a guy who is happy, like me. If you're happy, you're getting what you want. You don't buy things.
That's true.
They cannot sell you anything.
That's true.
So if you're unhappy, frustrated, it's very easy to sell. So basically what they create is they create a huge gap between man and a woman. In that gap, they sell things. Whatever it is, car, perfumes, makeup, swimming pools, whatever it is, expensive shoes. So I think, yes, somehow North America, is being influenced by the site, and it's, not good. It's definitely not good neither for guys, neither for girls, because girls are not getting laid as well. I mean, I started teaching, my first workshop was actually for, 2 lesbians, girls, here in Croatia.